wrong there, right? Well, when you start looking at all of the stuff about him and you start looking at what he talked about, he makes a few things clear. One of those, for example, is that he didn't get a refund, that people were following him around. And when I paid for autograph after autograph and waited till I was near a door to say anything, clearly still they wanted that money. So, again, they let him spend money inside. They let him go around from table to table, but they found him doing something terrible. I mean, wonder what it was. Well, let's see this. So, the guy was kicked for the way he treated voice actors months ago on Facebook.
Do not support these conventions. Do not go to them. Just save your money. Because these people do not deserve to have your money at all.
Someone wearing a shirt is the legal grounds to deck them in the face. And this is supposed to be at a business you're running, a convention. That's highly inappropriate in my opinion.
I'm a little intoxicated already. I've been having this Jim Beam vanilla mixed with normal Jim Beam mixed with Diet Dr. Pepper.
Jim Beam.
Yeah. Jim Beam of life.
Right. The most trash. Well, it's probably like high-class trash whiskey, if you ask me.
See, I don't agree with you. Jim Beam is not that bad.
It's pretty bad.
It's not. Oh, it's worse than like Jack Daniels or Crown, but it's not bad.
Jack Daniels is not even bad, though.
Jack is pretty awesome.
Jack is like what you would say the cusp of like a good whiskey is.
Yeah.
Like right at the tip.
I'd say Jack is like the gateway to whiskey.
Yes. Most whiskey drinkers do start off with Jack.
Jack Daniels is just the number one of trash.
How dare you?
And Jim Beam is like the runner-up.
Yeah, once you like... Well, no, I'd say Crown is the runner-up. Jim Beam's definitely third. But once you start getting into good whiskeys, Jack Daniels is garbage.
I like Jack, but I like it because it's sweet.
Well, the flavored Jacks are actually the best ones, in my opinion. The normal Jack, it's okay, but when you get in the flavored ones, they do have superior flavored ones.
Now, for flavored whiskeys, I love is Fireball.
Bro, Fireball is the cheapest whiskey around.
That is so
Nobody
bad.
likes Fireball.
No,
They're
I
like
don't
50
like
cent
Fireball.
shots at any bar.
Applebee's has 25-cent shots on Fridays.
What the fuck?
I know Fireball sucks. I don't know.
Well, it looks like Juan's going to Applebee's.
Hell yeah, shit. More for me.
They have chicken tenders.
That's all I need to know.
Okay, so let's go ahead and do the intro, which is a new intro from our Australian announcer.
You're listening to The Sweep.
Boy, have you lost your mind, because I'll help you find it.
It's a show about nothing and a podcast about anything.
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
Sit back and relax as we assault your mind through the wonderful world of YouTube.
Okay, so I asked if you drank in high school, and you said, I like beer 10 times.
Apparently my computer has a hard time playing the intro while recording now.
Wow.
So that's good.
It's that 2 gig of RAM, man.
It's probably because I have Photoshop open.
You probably should close that.
I should probably close Photoshop.
You probably should. You know your computer can't handle that.
It's not my...
I don't know what it is about Photoshop. As soon as I open Photoshop, my computer's like, can't do anything else but Photoshop.
So many gigs.
No, what's funny is I can open my video editing software. I can open Audacity. I can open like 12 tabs in Google Chrome. As soon as I open Photoshop, they're like, that's it.
Your computer's like, shit could get
Ram's
real. I'm just going to
done.
save the space. I got to save it.
You should totally get a gaming PC where I can have like 36 tabs of hentai, Play for Honor, and YouTube, and just stream it all.
Man, it sounds like you have a controller in one hand and your dick in the other hand.
Yeah, exactly.
Why 36 tabs of hentai?
Why not?
Okay, so I'm going to give you a little insight into the male psychology. We have a hard time choosing what to bust our nut to.
Yes, very much so.
So there'll be like 30 tabs open of a bunch of porn videos, and you're like, man, which one's going to get it?
You'll spend like 2 hours looking for the good stuff, and then you'll probably nut in like 5 minutes.
One time this meme described it the best. It's like you're scrolling through the porn site for 20 minutes just being like, no, none of this will do.
Or how men can't make decisions, and it just shows a photo of page 197 on Pornhub.
But then sometimes we do things like we're starting to jack off to a video and we're like, oh, this is good, but you know what? I just don't want to bust my nut to this one. So you try to find another one. You gotta switch to another.
That's a good warm-up video.
That's good, yeah.
But you gotta change over.
I'm so glad I don't have this problem because I don't watch porn.
I mean, I also just like to look at hentai stuff, so why not?
Do you... Wait, hold on.
Look, it's like this. I
don't really watch porn that often, but... Do you watch hentai without jacking off to it?
I mean, if I'm bored enough.
Wow.
But then I end up jacking off anyway because I get so hard.
But after you jack off to it, you're going to lose interest right afterwards. So you're just like, ugh, I can't jack off this no more.
Is that true?
I don't know. I just casually watch it sometimes.
You keep watching it?
Yeah, I keep watching
it's
it.
Like, well, I busted in about 15 minutes, but it's a 30-minute episode. Might as well finish it.
Yeah, you never know if you see a good scene, like, oh, I could use this for next time.
For the plot.
Yeah. Oh, totally for the plot. The fucking no eyes protagonist.
Hentai got ruined for me when I saw a tree come out of a man's penis. I was at Anime Fest and it was like 18 plus, and I was like, I'm over 18, let's go, we're drunk. And I walked in and I was like, that's a tree of cum out of a man's penis.
Was this a Naruto episode?
I don't know what the hell it was. I was like, I gotta go. And then they were like, who wants to pick their favorites? I was like, I gotta walk out of here.
Those hentai episodes do always have a no eye protagonist. It's always like his bangs are over his eyes.
I should totally cosplay one of those.
Oh god.
Is it because kind of like, they're saying like this is our like deeper, darker part of ourselves? It's not us.
No, the protagonist is supposed to be you.
Oh,
so they don't give it eyes. So yeah.
Obviously, I don't know anything about this.
Okay. Well, the actual topic is the
Anthony's like real porn.
Yeah, is the Nomikai Dallas band. Oh god, the Nomikai Dallas band on top of like Ron Toy and the greater IStandWithVic drama that I got myself involved in. The hashtag #MeToo dilemma.
Oh, you know what? Before you start talking, you might want to put your Vic pin on real quick.
Oh yeah, I gotta slap that Vic pin on that I definitely had at the convention that everybody pointed at, just slapping it on and off. Every time I took a photo with a voice actor, I had to take it off. It was a real hassle. The IStandWithVic pin. Oh, also, that very nice young lady outside the convention that I paid to be my girlfriend for the day. Shout out to her. You know, that's the real trooper right there.
Right. Right.
Juan, are you okay? They legit said this. They said that my girlfriend was paid to be with.
I told her that you're behind on payments. She should have gone.
Yeah.
They need to repo your girlfriend.
No, nothing is off limits to them. It's crazy, man. They call me an a-hole because I said that their security guy was pretty fat, and I would suggest getting a new security guy because if I was to get violent with him, I don't think he would be able to physically restrain me.
You know what? This is where you fucked up at. You're now fat shaming.
Oh, of course I'm fat shaming.
However,
I mean, this guy was like 5'5", at least 200.
I mean, if he set on you, he'd be restrained.
If he can catch him first.
Yeah, for real. If he can reach like 5 inches up.
I'm the only short person that's ever like seriously whooped his ass.
That's true. But you're also not fat.
No, I'm not fat.
Yeah, at best, you're chunky.
Yeah.
But this guy was, like, incredibly overweight. Also, Shane, I didn't even recognize it was him until he, like, walked up on me, was because I guess the video camera he has, or the webcam that he has on the Nick Rekieta show, was such low quality because, man, that guy's hair and beard is gray.
All right, so how about we rewind this? How about we start from the beginning?
First, let's go ahead and introduce everybody that's on the show. But I am Daddy White with a brand new intro since it's been about a year.
Daddy White.
When I roll off the mic, I'm danger, danger, danger.
Harder, Daddy.
Well,
what do y'all think?
Interesting.
I still like your original one better.
No, I think we're gonna go with. Well, you probably don't like that one for nostalgia. You got to realize that it's a brand new year. You know, we've done this longer than a year, so it's time to revamp the intros.
Right.
And we got El Pollo Loco.
You know what the homies call me in the streets, B? They call me
El Pollo Loco.
I don't know what that shit mean, but that shit sound.
Wait, did you keep his mistake in there? El Polo? No, you should.
No, I changed it.
Yeah,
I changed it to his real one.
Bro, that's hilarious. El Polo.
Yeah, I don't know what that stuff means, but that stuff sounds. And that's not the same clip. That's two different clips.
Wow.
So that's him saying, my name is whatever in the streets. And then that baka is the chicken from Family Guy. So let's listen to that one more time.
You know what the homies call me in the streets, B? They call me
El Pollo Loco.
I don't know what that shit mean, but that shit sound.
So, and we got a new intro for Trap Lover 69.
I am known by many names. Mountain Slayer, Thunder Lion, the Chocolate Axe. But you may call me
Trap Lover 69.
Oh, go suck a dick!
Nice.
Now that one's good.
Yeah. I knew you would like that. That is.
Where's that first part from?
That's
the
from,
whole thing is from Sword Art Online Abridged.
Oh, okay.
The
Everything.
funny thing is that first part, the guy says, he says, "Call me Tiffany."
Yeah. Mountain Slayer, the Chocolate Axe. And of course we have Miss Beach. Hasn't been here long enough to get a new intro, but we love her anyways.
Miss Beach.
Recess is over.
I'm hot for teacher.
That might work with other substitute teachers.
And if you are new to the podcast, we have a day system. So every 7 days is a full week, and every 7 days is a season. So we release a podcast on different days. And depending on the day we release it, it has a different theme. This week is actually Hardcore Sunday, which every season we have the fans vote off what day they want to see replaced. Hardcore Sunday used to be Yanni Jesus Sunday. So I'll go ahead and play that intro.
It's the Sweep Weekend Patrol. Hardcore Sunday.
Hardcore Sunday. Hardcore Sunday. Hardcore Sunday.
You are evicted from the Big Brother house.
I've spoken.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
So that intro might give you a little insight into what this day is about, but that won't be relevant until we are 25 minutes into the podcast. So at every 25 minutes, we will start the Hardcore Sunday.
Oh, shit, we're halfway there.
And then we'll see what happens.
I'm gonna need a drink for this.
You have a drink next to you.
You do have a shot of proper 12. Conor McGregor.
I've been waiting to take this.
Wait, hold on. Whoopsh. Time to watch it, ladies! You can go ahead and take the shot now.
Okay. Salud.
Salud.
Dude, that is smooth.
Your face says other words, but y'all trust you.
He's lying. It's not good.
No, it's great.
It's not a good shot.
No, not a good shot. No, we agreed about that. Yes, it's not a good shot. It's a good mixer.
So I have to disagree with Anthony El Pollo Loco Madden on this one. Proper 12 is garbage because for half the price, you can buy Texas Crown and it does the same thing in Coke Zero. Tasteless.
No.
What do you think about it?
I would say you're right about the thing about it by itself. It's not very great.
Yeah.
As you say, it's great mix.
Yeah, it's a great mixer.
But see, he's had Texas Crown. Texas Crown is good shot-wise and mix-wise.
Yeah.
And honestly, we might do this for, BJ Wednesday when we try things. We might do an episode where I mix a shot of Texas Crown with Coke Zero and a shot of Proper 12 with Coke Zero. I don't think you can taste the difference. You can't say that Proper 12 is this, magnificent thing.
I think it's just so much smoother.
I don't.
Considering what we've been drinking here lately, because you mix a double shot of Jim Beam in a thing with Diet Coke or whatever you're going to put in there, you can definitely taste it. And it's strong, and it's not as good.
Maybe. Okay.
So I will say, overall, Proper 12 is okay, but I probably will get it mixed next time. I can see what you mean.
Yeah.
It's trying to be smooth like Jameson, but it's not Jameson.
It burns like tequila, though.
Have you taken the sip of Jim Beam Vanilla and
I should do that.
Dr. Pepper?
Fucking, was it Jim Beam Vanilla mixed with Dr. Pepper?
Yes. It's magnificent.
Fucking nice. Fucking ice in my mouth, but hey, this is pretty good, actually.
So, since y'all don't have any cameras or anything at home, he took a drink of it.
We don't have cameras.
He took a drink and then he just spit out the piece of ice onto the ground. I was like, stupid ice.
It just went in my mouth what the fuck?
Let's talk. So I was banned and quote unquote kicked out from Nomikai Dallas, which is a convention ran by Shane. I was going to go there just to get voice actor autographs and stuff with my girlfriend, Randy, Mama Hooters on the podcast.
Hired bitch.
Yeah, hired her totally. Every time I go somewhere, I'm like, hey, Randy, I know you're busy, but can I hire you for a few hours?
Would that be called a dedicated customer?
It's called an escort.
That is an escort.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
So, that all happened. So, let's wind way back to when we put out that original Vic video. So, there was the news articles that started being spread around on Twitter with voice actors about the Vic Mignogna allegations. Just a few days after that, I went ahead and posted the video called The Vic Mignogna Controversy. It exploded and got 24,000 views, which I described incidences with two different voice actors that were very anti-Vic and quoted in the news articles. That would have been Aaron Roberts and Alex Moore. So, a lot of the Vic allegations were that fans had been touched inappropriately without consent by Vic Mignogna. So the reason why I pointed out these two voice actors is because I had photos with them and I had rough experiences with them. And by that, let me explain. So Aaron Roberts, when I took a photo with him, he kind of yanked me into him. So I asked to take a photo. I never asked for him to touch me. I never asked to be yanked into him like we were buddies. I personally had no problem with that. It's a voice actor that I liked. Honestly, nothing was wrong. So, whatever. But when you're going to go after another voice actor for saying that they're doing the same things that you did by manhandling me, then I have a problem because you're okay doing it. But when somebody else does it, they're the villain. And then Alex Moore, we're going to get into another voice actor later that has very big tits. And I'm going to say tits because they don't like when I say titties or tits. They think that's inappropriate. So I'm going to say tits this entire episode.
What about breast?
I like tits.
Okay, tits. Gotcha.
Because it just really upsets them. Because apparently if you use the word tit, your whole argument is thrown out the window. So I'm going to use
I'm glad
titties.
the freaking PC police are listening.
Right. Alex Moore has very small titties. And coming from a boyfriend of a girlfriend that has 38 G's.
The one you paid for.
Of course, the one I paid for.
Biggest titties on the block.
The biggest titties I could find. I called up a whorehouse and was like, hey, biggest titties I can get. Please send them. So, her titties are pretty small. If I had to guess, I'd probably say that she's probably a 30B.
Oh, no, you're objectifying now.
Of course. You know, with them being that small, you would think they would never touch you, right? So, I'm like, hey, can I get a picture of this after paying for I paid for an extra autograph, so I got one autograph for free, I paid for an extra autograph, and I paid for a print. I'm like, hey, can I get a photo? And she's like, yeah, sure. So she kind of leans into me, crosses her legs, and puts her arm up on my shoulder, and then her titty, nipple and all, I guess she wasn't wearing a bra, was touching my arm. I was like, okay. So I tell my girlfriend, after the photo, I was like, man, she was like really rubbing her titty on my arm. And my girlfriend was like, that slut. And I'm like, I don't really see my girlfriend that often, being hostile. But she was like, well, let me go say something. I was like, no, it's not a big deal. Because I see a lot of times that female voice actors will cater to the male audience because they know that males like the sexual stuff in anime.
Right.
So you'll see a lot of times that female voice actors will do things that promote that kind of sexual involvement with their male fans. Because if a female voice actor is going to be all up on you, you're probably going to spend more money with them.
Oh, of course.
Like Josh. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. He definitely didn't spend more money on that one voice actor because she was sexually involved with him. Anyway.
Okay.
I don't think Sherry did that to me. Austin's voice actor, I don't think Sherry did.
Oh, she knew you were gay. It's okay.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah, of course.
But Bryce was all up on you.
Oh, yes, he definitely was.
Because he knew you were gay. He wanted that money.
He was
say, hey,
just
yo,
a whore for the money.
Of course.
Dude, he was like, can I hold your elucidator? Like, absolutely.
And then can I hold your dick?
That was after hours, 18 plus.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So when the Vic stuff came out, I was like, okay, two of the voice actors talked about on the original news article were two voice actors that I had rough experiences with that were claiming that Vic was doing the same thing that I know for a fact they were doing. So I did some hyperbolic satire and I made a video talking about, hey, I can accuse you of the same sexual harassment. But before I did that video, I posted on their stuff about that. I was actually supporting Alex Moore on Patreon for $2 a month. I told her on there I was pulling her support because she had sexually harassed me and was accusing Vic of the same. I then went to Aaron Roberts' Facebook page and was like, I'm also pulling support of you as a voice actor for the same reasons. And Aaron Roberts ignored me, but Alex Moore actually posted on Twitter about it. But before that, on Patreon, she actually apologized for her actions and saying that she never meant for me to be uncomfortable and that she was sorry. Then she goes on Twitter moments later and says, man, look at this guy. What a day, right? Some fans you can never please. With all these comments being like, he's an a-hole, he's a fame whore, he's blah blah this, he's blah blah that. And that's when I made the video. Well, on the Aaron Roberts page, Shane Holmberg
Hamburger.
Shame Hamburger. Been eating too many hamburgers. Way before the Nick Rekieta stuff, before I knew he was a con artist, before I knew he was anything, commented on there and was like, hey, this can get you in trouble. Like, how so? And he said something or another. He was like, you gotta realize this is maybe 14 hours after I posted these things. And he was like, voice actors are already talking about you. I was like, and my response was, I don't think they care about me, and I don't think they know me. Or I don't think they know me, and I don't think they even care. So going from there, he was like, well, you can probably be banned from cons over this. Let's quote this. You can probably be banned from cons over this. Apparently, that was his warning that I'm now banned from every show he's been in.
Because that clearly states that you were clearly banned.
Yeah, in the specific cons that I'm banned from.
Right.
Which is basically an Okumi Dallas, because he may have been in a con and other cons before, but he's clearly no longer invited to those cons, nor does he have any control over them. He only has control over his cons, which, let's be honest, they only had a few people. As you can see by the photos that I took, there's not many people going on in that con. The only reason he's able to get such high-class guests is because he has former connections. You know, he was part of A-Con. He was part of other conventions. He knows these voice actors. He can get them into his con, no matter how small. He has these connections, and that's all he has is connections. Any comments, questions, concerns?
I mean, there's really not much we can say because I don't really want to spoil the rest of the story because we already know it.
Right.
I just, you know what? The thing that I don't like, and it's the same thing with someone else we're going to talk about, they interjected themselves into something that did not concern them.
Right.
And my whole thing is, don't interject yourself into something that doesn't concern you and talking on premises that you don't really have. Basically, you have no legs to stand on. That's all it is. And you made a statement clearly. And I'm going to be clear with you guys. I'm going to play both sides. I'm going to play devil's advocate. I see it on both sides. You know, Don is my friend, but I see it on both sides. And you know I'll call him out if he's doing something wrong. But like I said, he had no business messaging that, for one.
Yeah, and that's why I love this podcast, because we have so many different demographics. We have a Hispanic gay. We have a biracial straight cis male. We have an Hispanic woman. We have a non-binary white Christian male. We have a Catholic. We have a non-denominational. We have another Catholic. So when I bring the team together like this, it really shows me if I'm doing something wrong. Because these may be my friends, but you have so many different graphics, so many different viewpoints. Because we have I'm conservative. I think all y'all are liberal leaning.
I'm kind of right down the middle.
Well, I'd still say you're liberal leaning.
And I'm still going to say, I don't know what that means.
Like he does every time.
And Trap Lover has photos with Beto, so I don't even want to talk about his political views.
His mom forced him in those photos.
I also have a photo with Beto.
Well, you see, there you go.
You know, one time he had a taco and then he became Beto.
He was so tall.
Well, you know what's funny is that the IStandWithVic supporters are all classified as alt-right. So if you stand with Vic, you're a Trump supporter. Which I am a Trump supporter, but nobody else in this room is. And that's what's funny is we all stand with Vic. We're going to get through the Ron Toy stuff real quick that happened. So when we posted the original sweep episode about the I Stand With Vic controversy, we didn't post any more videos. And the reason is because we saw the surgeon of Super Saiyan Paul, that Umbrella guy, Yellow Flash, and Nick Rekieta, and they're able to put out videos much faster than us and have a much wider audience. Just starting out. Like, just from the base. Before the Vic stuff, they already had more subscribers. So, and I knew it would take us so long to put out videos that I didn't want to be an I Stand With Vic YouTuber. That wasn't the point of our podcast to start with. And Anthony, before anything of this happened, he didn't want me to put out that video to begin with. Because he thought that it would just be backlash. Well, it turned out we had something like 300 comments, and 287 of them, roughly, were positive. We shot away from that, and we didn't talk about it until the Vic Mignogna depositions were released by Nick Rekieta. And then we did parodies of them, because I was like, we're not going to come back to the Vic Mignogna stuff unless we have something to improve on the community. And something that never happened were parody videos.
Those were very fun, by the way. I honestly, you know what, still to this day, I literally listen to those once every couple of weeks. I love listening to those.
And on Tumblr, somebody actually was like, you sound exactly like Vic. And I was like, I will pass that on to El Pollo Loco. And, okay, before we get into the Ron stuff, I am actually going to do the Hardcore Sunday. And I'm just really hoping that Anthony doesn't lose. If he does lose, I'm going to give him a chance to say what he has to say.
Welcome to the killing floor. The game's simple. You'll answer questions about topics. I will give you a topic and I will give you 3 answers. You have to pick the answer that is fake. So I'll give you a topic like James Bond films. The answers will be GoldenEye, A Day to Kill, and Dicks on a Mountain. You will clearly say that Dicks on a Mountain is not a real James Bond film. You will write it down and hand it to me. The person that gets the most wrong will be kicked off the episode and can't talk anymore. He'll be killed by me. The first question is Dragon Ball franchise characters. Almond, vinegar, milk. Which one is not a Dragon Ball franchise character?
Doesn't want to get kicked off the
I
podcast.
really don't.
You have a lot to say, so I wouldn't get kicked off if I was you. Okay, so Trap Lover 69 Juan said milk. Anthony El Pollo Loco said milk. Sandy Miss Beach said milk. You were all correct.
Oh, thank God. And then
Milk is a Dragon Ball franchise character. Is not. Almond and vinegar are characters.
wait, who's named Almond?
That is, I forgot which one's which. One of them is a Frieza henchman, and one of them is a Garlic Jr. henchman.
The Garlic Jr. is almond.
Bro, you really shoot. You really Hail Marrying for this one.
It gets worse.
Oh, I bet.
I just sat there and was like, which one have I never heard?
Are you ready for question 2?
Bring it on.
Transsexual porn stars.
Oh, God, no.
T.S. Foxy, Jessica J. Longwood, River Stark.
I don't know. I feel like I didn't get this one right. Honestly, after I wrote it, I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
I don't know any of them either.
Okay, so, Miss Beach said T.S. Foxy. Anthony said River Stark, and Juan said River Stark. You were all incorrect. Jessica J. Longwood is not a transsexual porn star.
That was my next choice.
Alright, this is a question geared towards Sandy.
Harry Potter characters. Tiff Paymax, Theodore Knott, Lee Jordan.
Do you know all the characters?
Not those fucking characters.
Yeah, you thought this was freaking easy.
I don't know shit.
Boy, you really went down the rabbit hole, didn't you?
Yeah. So, Sandy said Lee Jordan. Anthony said Lee Jordan. Juan said Tiff Paymax. The correct answer is Tiff Paymax.
Wow.
Lee Jordan is a third-year Gryffindor student that participated in the Quidditch match.
Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Jesus, I'm dying.
Sonic Boom, Starship Spy Plane, Endless Fire.
So, Sandy said Starship Spy Plane. Anthony said Starship Spy Plane. And Juan said Starship Spy Plane. The correct answer is Endless Fire. Is not a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Well, looks like we're all doing good then.
Okay, the last question, unless there's a tiebreaker, if Juan and if Anthony and Sandy can't get one correct. Last question is
SpongeBob characters.
Oh fuck.
Fred, Willy Billy, Old Man Jenkins.
So Sandy says Fred, Anthony says Old Man Jenkins, Juan says Willy Billy. Juan is correct. Willy Billy is not an episode, so it's 4-4-2. So it goes to our tiebreaker, which Anthony would so Juan is safe. Anthony should get this one?
Maybe.
Tiebreaker.
Nick Ricada YouTube video titles.
Oh god, I can't know this one.
Twitter, Consluts, and Yellow Flash.
Is the first one.
Let's Play Real Attorney and Attack Raul Soy's Motion.
Is the second one.
Dick and Josh on Internet Censorship.
Is the third one. So you both said Dick and Josh, and those are correct. Or those are not correct. The correct answer is Twitter, Consluts, and Yellow Flash.
We suck together.
There's a second tiebreaker. Okay.
I think he just really wants me to lose at this point.
No, there's a second tiebreaker. Y'all are still tied.
Fortnite streamers. Gam Gam. Myth. 72 hours.
So Sandy said myth, and Anthony said 72 hours. The correct answer is Gam Gam.
So we both get to stay on the podcast.
Actually, yeah, we just have to all stay on the podcast now.
Okay.
See, you know what? It's not about being smart. It's about beating the fucking system. That's what we did.
Because I don't know what to do. Because I swore that one of y'all would get a question wrong. That's fine.
That's fine.
He's the principal when the students have found a loophole.
Well, I guess let's get into this Ron toy stuff, and then we'll
You mean Ron Soy Fuckboy?
Yeah, like my shirt. Ron Soy hates this shirt. Hashtag IStandWithVic. Anime Dallas released their guest list over time. And the first guest to be announced was Jamie Markey. And I commented, I'm going to wear my Vic shirt as like a silent protest. Okay. So a little bit later, they also announced Monica Rial. And I commented, even more of a reason to wear my Vic shirt this year. LOL. Ron Toy III on Facebook decided to comment, "Good idea, buddy," as a response to my comment. I said, "Okay, I'll see you there, soy boy." He then replied, "You bet." And then another comment, "If you try to intimidate, harass, or as much look in her direction, there will be consequences." I responded with, "Don't you have a wife to beat up instead of threatening me?" He said, "LOL, nice attempt, but a swing and a miss. I bet his ex-wife wished that he swung and missed." Anyways.
Apparently connected with something.
I want it to be perfectly clear. If you try anything at this event, if they even let you in after these posts, you will be in for a big surprise. I said I'll be reporting you to the con, but I hope we still meet, Ron. I haven't seen you since Anime Dallas. A lot has changed since then. Winky face. He said, "Report me." He even tagged John Swayze on Facebook and said, "What do you think about this guy threatening to intimidate a guest of your con?" I replied with, "Pretty sure I was just wearing a Vic shirt. You were the one who started attacking me." He said, "I don't mind if you want to wear a Vic shirt with that clown on it. Or you want to wear a shirt with that clown on it. But if the intention is to bother my fiance with it, harass her, try to intimidate her in any way, there will be a problem. You can have all the free speech you want, but when that free speech is meant to incite fear or intimidate, then it no longer becomes free." I responded, "It's just a shirt. Chill. Put more smiley faces in your comments and relax." He said, "You know what you are doing and what you are implying. When you went to the post about Monica, a victim of sexual harassment, I mean, I guess when she was 15, but not with Vic. Anyways. And consent harassment online?"
Okay, you just found his grammatical error. That's fine.
You are a big tough guy, right? Question mark. I'm actually not a guy. Whatever. Gender neutral.
Now he's a bitch.
He's whatever he chooses to be that day.
That's gender fluent. We've talked
We're
about.
not getting in this conversation again.
He says, "Aren't you sure there wasn't an agenda? Question mark. There will be consequences if you try to harass or intimidate my fiance." I said, "Okay, just don't approach me at the con, okay? We live in Texas, not the best place to try to openly fight a quote-unquote tough guy like me. Go back to your cage and let me enjoy the con and wear whatever I like. Great? Great." Okay, so at this point, I had posted on Twitter these interactions, and I've also posted on the IStandWithVic Facebook group. So people started rushing in, like commenting on the post and attacking Ron. So, if I can get through all this.
I wonder if he has like a separate thread that says "I stand with Ron."
Well, you got to be in the echo chamber.
Okay, it's a very niche group.
Right. So he said, "I've covered this before, but let me do it again because you obviously missed it. I do not care what you wear to the convention. I do not care which voice actors you like. All I care is making sure that you are crystal clear in my understanding that I am aware that we live in Texas, and that if you try to intimidate, harass, or offend Monica in any way, there will be consequences. Besides that, I would want you to have fun, enjoy the show, and be respectful." So John Swayze then enters the conversation, but it's kind of hard determining what he's saying because he replies to random people. So, like, there's this one comment that's like, ease up, Amingo. Anime Dallas is a safe place for fun and con. But he tags somebody else in it, so I'm not sure if he's talking to me. And then there's one comment where he's actually talking to me, but again tags somebody else.
Are you saying that he's trying to tag someone in for support, but he's not getting it?
No, I'm trying to say that he's 6 years old and he can't use Facebook.
Yeah, so all he's pressing, he's probably going to like his most
just
recent
pressing
comment,
reply.
reply, and it's probably not Don's comment, but that's what he's trying to comment on.
Yeah, so I'm not sure who he's talking to. If he's talking to me, if he's talking to somebody else. But we did have an interaction. Ron, after John Swayze comments a few times, Ron replies to John and was like, I would like you to make it perfectly clear that this guy is not to come anywhere near us. He should be able to enjoy and come to the con, enjoy the show, support who he chooses to support. But after this situation, he isn't welcome around us, period. So I reply, there are going to be panels that she's in with other VAs. She's going to be next to other VAs and autograph lines. I will go where I choose to enjoy the con. Get over yourself. I'm wearing a shirt. You were the one that started all this drama. He says that's inaccurate. So I started the drama, according to him. You choose to come to her announcement page with this drama, apparently. Take ownership of the issues, man. Not a man. If you honestly meant nothing by your comment, then you should apologize for being insensitive. Not to me, but to the convention, the fans on this post, and to Monica.
Okay, Barack Obama.
So the whole point of me wearing the Vic shirt is for a silent protest, because, so I enjoy Anime Dallas, and I actually have two options. I can either boycott the event, because they're inviting such hateful women to it, or I can silently protest, because if I verbally protest, I'm going to get kicked out.
Right.
So I chose to silently protest to still support the con, pay my ticket, go there, but I'm going to wear a shirt that shows that I do not support these guests being invited to a con that I love.
I'm going to say right now, we've already said that we don't think the shirt is the best idea, but you know what? Don's going to do what Don does.
Well, what else can I do?
I mean, that's true. If you want to make a statement and you want to know that your voice is heard, you know, I mean, protest is the way of America, correct? You know, you can always put a protest. Is at the end of y'all's thread.
John Swayze did say he looks forward to meeting me in person. I did tell him that we've met before, but yes. And that is the end. Then Anime Dallas took the comments down, but I actually messaged them on the Facebook page, which John Swayze isn't the person that's running it. It's a high-ranking member of the con staff. And they were like, hey, we understand that you might be upset that it was taken down, but there's a lot of drama going on. I said, yes, I posted those other places, and I didn't intend for it to get out of control. And they were like, okay, we're really glad you understand. And I was like, yes, I really want to go to the con.
Yeah.
I don't want any problems to be. I just want to be able to wear what I want to wear.
Yeah, and being someone that is also in management, like, I can understand you want to do damage control. You don't want to bring bad press to whatever you're doing or whatever you're supporting.
I told them, I was like, I'm perfectly fine with them taking down the comments. I'm perfectly fine with, you know, even if they came up to me and was like, hey, just don't get in Monica's line. Don't go to independent Monica panels. Like, okay, fine. Whatever. But if they come up to me and was like, hey, take off that shirt or you're going to get kicked out, we're going to have an issue. Because I should be able to wear whatever I want to the con. The dress code policy only states that you have to wear a certain amount of clothing to not be nude, and you can't wear anything unsafe. And even gives an example, like if you wore giant spiked boots, they might be like, hey, can you take those off? Their harassment policy, it says that you cannot do anything or have actions that would make somebody else uncomfortable. My shirt is not an action.
I would just say stay out of their line, but I also say that you put yourself in this position because I see both sides of the story. I get it that he threatened you first, but also he didn't do anything that somebody who wasn't in a relationship wouldn't do. If someone were to say the things that you were saying to me, Anthony would say what Ron said to them.
You're not a celebrity, though.
But if I was, you think he wouldn't?
I don't think he would.
If it was Randy, you think you wouldn't?
If Randy was a pop idol, no.
And somebody said something like that, you would not comment, hey...
There's like female YouTubers that have boyfriends or husbands, and there's legit people in their comment sections of their video being like, if I ever see you, I'm gonna rape the hell out of you.
Rape the hell out of you, okay.
And those boyfriends don't say anything because that's the internet. But I put this in perspective.
But the
I was
difference is that's the internet. He knows you are going to be in a location with his girlfriend.
Yeah, we do have to understand what we're talking about is a lot smaller type thing where it's more of a personal community.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, like we said before, these people that they know, Monica, y'all, Vic, all of them, they're not exactly celebrity. There's only celebrity to us.
Well, I've talked about that. I put this in the scenario for you. I was like, let's say you don't like a certain UFC fighter. And I was like, imagine when they post something being like, oh, I'm about to fight blah, blah, blah today. I'm gonna win. And you comment, nah, you're going to get whooped like you get whooped every time. And then their fiance being like, nah, screw you.
But that's different because they get paid to fight. That's a competition.
Right.
This isn't a competition. This is what he saw as a threat towards his fiance.
Yeah, they did fiance for about 6 years.
And him
but is it a threat, though?
But he also technically didn't threaten you. He just said, watch what you do.
Yeah. Or there'll be consequences.
Or there will be consequences, which isn't anything out of the ordinary. It's not something that you wouldn't say to just anybody that said something to Randy or did something to Randy. It's not something that Anthony wouldn't say.
But the problem is, why would he start the conversation? Because all I said was I was going to wear a Vic shirt.
Why would you comment that on her post knowing that she has Psycho Man with her?
It's not her post. It's Anime Dallas's announcement.
That she gets comments to because she had to be tagged in it.
No, she was not tagged in it. It's on Facebook.
Okay, so she was not tagged in this.
No.
When they named her, they didn't tag her Facebook in it?
No, why would you? That's like Facebook is considered personal. It's not like Twitter.
Well, they have public pages.
No, she was not tagged in as far as I remember. I can go check, but I'm pretty sure no.
Because Jamie was tagged in hers. When I went to go look at it, her little fan page was tagged in it.
Let me see.
Yeah, because I thought about this too, because I thought about it. I'm like, why would Ron just be
scrolling? Like,
right,
it wouldn't be
that's
something.
What I thought too. Like, maybe it was a fan page thing. Like, why would Ron be on there? There's no way that just her being named, so Ron's automatically going to go to that comment thread.
Well, if she's going to go to a con, maybe he's going to share it to his page. You know what I mean? As like, oh, go see my girlfriend.
So it's something that they would see. But I'm not saying what you did was.
No, I honestly like. Okay, this is a thing in the Nomikai Dallas thing. I try to be as honest as possible. If I do something wrong, I don't really hide it. I let people know. I did not expect Ron or Monica to comment on that.
That's true. When you comment something like that, you don't expect them to just kind of
reply.
Okay, but take this into this context. I'm Monica. If he said what he said to me on my comment or whatever, my little thing, would you not have said the same thing? Would you not have been like, hey, you do what you want.
Well,
You wear what you want.
Ron commented good idea.
Yeah.
Was his comment.
And then after that, what'd you say?
Oh, I see you there, Subway.
Okay. All right. So is that his name?
Yeah, Ron Soy, right?
Ron. Well, I mean, honestly, being me, who I am, I would just...
You wouldn't have stuck up for your girlfriend.
Well, no, it's not even sticking up for anything.
You wouldn't have.
I mean, I don't feel like anything's wrong with that. Because I don't feel that's like a direct threat or anything. Okay. That's just who I am, though.
And he was like, good idea. And he was like, just watch what you do. Which was more of it wasn't a direct threat.
Well, okay, the reason why I'm going to say it's a direct threat and not, like, just be like, oh, you're going to get kicked out is because he's not part of the con.
Yeah, but...
Because he has no control. He can say, kick this guy out all they want. If John doesn't want to kick me out, he's not going to kick me out.
No, but that's before. We're talking about where he says, watch what you do or there will be consequences. He didn't say he was going to kick you out. He didn't say he was going to kick your ass. You took that as a direct threat. He just said, hey, watch what you do because there are going to be consequences, but that's in life. He didn't directly threaten you. Then you brought up some type of remote being thrown at his ex-wife or something like that. Well, which was a low blow, but I get where you're coming from.
Yeah, I agree. That was probably you probably shouldn't have said that.
Oh, I said, no, do you have a wife to beat up versus threatening me?
Yeah.
I am on here right now. Monica Real is not tagged in this. The only tag is hashtag AD 2019.
Right, so Anime Dallas 2019.
Yeah. There is no Monica Real.
Yeah, which, by the way, 2018 Anime Dallas was so hyped. That's the reason why we're going to 2019 Anime Dallas from Dawn telling us.
Jamie Markey is also not tagged in her Facebook one. Actually, is my comment still here? No. They also removed my comment from...
But you screenshotted everything, didn't you?
Yes. Shane Holmberg says that he has the screenshots of me talking about Aaron Roberts.
Who the heck is Aaron Roberts?
Where are they, though?
I don't have the script. Everybody's been like, post them. He says he doesn't have to post them because he's the con owner, so he can do whatever he wants. I have no screenshots of that because that's before I knew who Shane even was. Traplover69, I know you have some in-depth thoughts about the Raw and Toy stuff.
Deep down in your penis.
Deep down in your penis.
I'm just saying, this is really, what you said is really unnecessary.
Which part?
The whole shit you're going to wear the shirt over there. Because you say you want to do it as a silent protest, right?
Yes.
The whole purpose is to not announce it, right? You just go in there and wear it.
Well, that's the silent protest, though.
That would have been the smart thing.
Yeah, so you didn't have...
Because I never thought that Raw and Toy would have commented. Never really, in my wildest dreams.
No. I agree with him on that one. Like, I wouldn't be like... Let's say you say something negative about someone that you like.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not even really negative. You're just like, I'm going to do this. You wouldn't expect them to say anything.
Yeah, imagine you commenting on like a Blizzard post and being like, man, Diablo 3 is garbage. I hate that game. And then like the co-creator of the game like commenting and being like, you suck, bro. Like, that just doesn't happen. And also, Ron Toy responded to every single person that commented on that. Negatively.
So what does that say? An obsessive...
I mean, as soon as I saw his comment, I was like, I'm gonna go like for the throat. That's why I did the soy boy and stuff. But if he would have never commented, it's not like I'm like gonna go tag him and stuff in it.
That's just what I'm just thinking. Like, you didn't really need to announce that you're gonna wear that shirt, knowing well.
Honestly, I shouldn't have.
Yeah,
because that really just looks like you're trying to start something.
You're
just
right.
by announcing it.
Well, the only thing I can say with announcing it is hoping that other people do it as well. Even though nobody's going to walk into that convention with a Ron Soy hates this shirt, #IStandWithVic shirt. But if they come with Broly shirts, with Full Metal Alchemist shirts, that still shows that they're aligned in some way. And that I hate boycotting. Because I'm not going to not go to a con that I enjoy because somebody is there that I cannot stand. I'm going to still go and show that, hey, you shouldn't have invited this person and you're in the wrong. And John Swayze, as far as I am concerned, if you go through deep into his Twitter history, he is a Donald Trump supporter and he is a Republican. And the fact that he is going to have a con, perfectly okay with, but when you invite false victims to your convention that you know are shrouded in controversy, you have done a poor job. This is your second convention. You're going to make mistakes.
I mean, but if you think about it, he's really smart. He invited these people, but there are people who are going solely because he invited them.
I disagree.
But also, there are people who are going to go who don't like them, who are going solely because they invited him.
He's playing off the haters.
He's playing off both of them.
Last year, he had 2,000 people. I would bet money that he does not succeed that. I don't think he is.
I mean, because he might.
He got 2,000 people because of Todd Hapercorn last year.
Ugh, everyone should go.
You mean Todd Hapercorn?
Yeah, Todd Haper, touch me, Sandy.
He touched my girlfriend. I'm just saying.
He ate her cake.
He ate her cakes.
I gave him my
cakes. Cakes with a Z. And you know what? I'm perfectly fine with it.
Hey, he's attractive. I got a picture of it. Business-wise, he's really smart. And the way he's handling it, he's definitely handling it better than Shane did.
Oh, yeah.
Business-wise, he's a smart man.
Well, you know what, though? This is the thing, though. He is older, so he's handling it in an old-school way.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, I'm not going to lie. In the day of new technology and, like, PC people and not want to... being like, oh, my God, I want to be whatever to whatever group. No, he's handling it old school. And you know what? I appreciate that.
Yeah, he told me to find him at the convention and shake his hand.
Yeah.
So, but honestly, I do not believe that this is going to help sales. I think this is actually going to hurt sales. Because Monica supporters are not like Vic supporters. They won't go to a convention just because Monica's there. If you remember KamehaCon, when she had her own private signing because she couldn't be in the same convention as Vic anymore, even though she has for 10 years, she only had, what was it like? Nick said 150 people? It was something like that, right? Versus Vic's line was so long that it was like a 2-hour wait.
It was ridiculous. I mean, Juan has experienced it after the controversy. We experienced it pre-controversy.
Pre-controversy, yeah.
And Vic is a very nice man.
Yeah. Oh, Vic had his independent signing that one time in New York. Remember when he was kicked out, I think, the New York Anime Con?
Uh-huh.
And he had like thousands of people show up. So that shows you right there.
I will say, Vic's line in Anime Matsuri filled up half of the fucking venue. Like, I was here waiting for my idol, Leon Chiro, for like almost 2 hours, because he takes his time with everyone. When I finally got my autograph with them, pictures, I went to go to Vic's. I saw that shit wrapped around the venue. I'm like, I'm sorry, dude. I just can't.
No, seriously, your coverage of Anime Matsuri really made me jelly. I'm just saying that, like, it looked legit.
Oh, it was legit for sure.
It looked great.
Okay, so we're going to get a little bit into the Shane Holmberg controversy, and then we're going to do another killing floor. So we're going and we're getting autograph after autograph. We're doing all this, and all of a sudden, Randy's like, hey, this guy's following us. And I look behind, and it's this fat backer-looking guy. In my head, I'm like, well, he's just looking at her titties. Like, this happens all the time.
Of course.
You're like, this is what I pay for.
Yeah, that's what I pay for. Of course he's going to admire those
amounts.
Well, then I noticed that not only him, but another guy's following us around, this older looking guy.
So now you have 2 girls looking at your titties. I mean, 2
Looking
guys.
at your girl's titties. That's
Right,
what he
at
meant.
my girl titties.
And big old bitties.
So are they looking at your titties or Randy's titties at this point?
Excuse me. 2 female voice actors did compliment Randy's
titties.
No, not titties. If they would have complimented her titties, I would have like nutted right then. But they complimented her leggings. Like, I really like your pants, which are these like flower leggings.
They were just working their way up.
I mean, one of the voice actors that commented to her I know is bi, and the other one I have a suspicion. So, I mean, that's what happened. So, it's whatever. And then I'm like, hey, do you want to go to Burger King and grab some lunch, and we'll come back for the remaining hours of the con? At this point,
to the voice actor or to Randy?
To Randy.
Okay, I was like,
That'd
wow,
been weird.
that was bold.
Bro, he would have loved that.
Big balls. I went straight up to Damian Mills. I was like, hey, man, you want to go get some lunch?
After he, like, finished getting up from his chair, you might have invited him.
That Whopper sounds real nice.
That boy takes a Texas Whopper straight to the asshole.
That is a tall boy. His makeup is so nice. I asked him about it. Anyways, so we get all our deal. We get all of the autographs. We go and look around Artist Alley. We go to a panel, watch some Mario Party, and then we're like, hey, we're gonna get some lunch. So we go out to Burger King. As we're walking out, this big guy, the big guy comes up to us. I'm sorry, the fat guy comes up to us. I don't want to cause any problems. And he's like, hey,
Clearly.
I need to ask y'all some questions. Sure. Are you Dawn? I'm like, yep. He's like, you know you're banned from this con, right? And I was like, am I? And he's like, yeah, you've been sexually harassing Alex Moore. And I was like, sexually harassing Alex Moore? What? And then Shane comes up, and I look at him, and I look in his face, because he looks like 60 years old. So I'm like, Shane? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, yeah, too many guests have complained. So he didn't state whether this was former guest or current guest. So he's like, too many guests have complained. I was like, okay, it's whatever. I've already got my autographs. Oh, but let me show you this. I put down my bag and pull out the Ron Toy shirt. And I was like, look what I got in the mail. And I show him, and he's like, yeah. And he chuckles a little bit, and he's like, but Ron won. And I was like, not when it goes to repeals. And he's like, but it was already dismissed with prejudice. I was like, there's still repeals. And then I walk away, and I'm like, all right, see you next year. And that's what happened. So followed us around, kicked us out after we were already out the door.
Let me just say right now.
Okay.
Let me say this right now.
Okay.
I'm so glad I wasn't there. I am so glad. Because I'm not the one to say any of this stuff to. Because I don't get mad very often. But when I do, I drink Dos Equis.
And I will say, if I see someone follow me, I will call them out like, the fuck you want?
Right. And I'm not one to not swing on someone.
Actually,
I'll provoke it so I can swing.
There are... This
There
is what's
you go.
funny.
Provoke it.
Yeah.
Let them swing first, because then it's self-defense in the state of
Exactly.
Texas. But if you swing first, then you're kicked out and in jail, and somebody has to bail you out.
Every situation I end up in, I end up winning.
So, and what's funny is Shane thinks everybody's on his side, but is false.
Is he delusional?
Very delusional. So, one person messaged me and was like, hey, I talked to Shane, and he said that you had been harassing voice actors, so that's why he was wary of you, and said that you had a Ron Toys Suck shirt, which we're all pretty good friends with Ron, so that's pretty disrespectful for you to bring that to the con. Understandable. So I responded with, I did have the shirt with me, but it's because I paid a friend to take me to the convention, and we stopped to get the mail because I needed the Toga Pop to get signed. The Toga Pop and the Ron Toy shirt was in the mail at the same time. Since a friend took me, I had nowhere to put it but in my bag. When Shane confronted me outside of the con, I showed him as a joke. I even said that I didn't wear it because I didn't want to cause any issues. He even chuckled. But again, this was after he banned me, and it doesn't say Ron Toy sucks, it says Ron Soy hates this shirt. A reference to Ron threatened me on the Anime Dallas Facebook page if he saw me in a Vic shirt at the convention. They followed us around and saw that I was doing nothing wrong, and I was clearly in a Markiplier shirt. I was also never officially told I was banned, and they said that definitely clears up the situation a bit more. And then they said, there's always going to be misunderstandings and everyone has different vantage points in this situation. They may have viewed the situation worse than it actually was. This is normal in any situation, and we need to try to keep the best and open mind in understanding others. Another person at the con actually messaged me and said that Shane had showed them a picture of me with Alex Moore and said to watch out for this person.
So my very first question is, if you were banned from this con and you were made such a big deal of this con, why were you not stopped at the door when you bought your ticket and badge?
You would think, since he showed people a picture of me, you would think that the cashier that takes the money would recognize me.
And by the way, Don is very consistent in how he looks.
Oh, yeah.
My Academia characters: Armor Buster, Mr. Plastic, Fourth Kind.
So Sandy said Fourth Kind, Anthony said Armor Buster, and Juan said Mr. Plastic. The answer is Armor Buster.
Fuck yeah!
Second question.
2019 Dallas Cowboy players.
Okay, well, fuck that shit. I ain't winning that one.
Nope.
I might actually know.
CJ Goodwin, Martin Doom, Justin March.
Okay, so Sandy says Justin March, Anthony says Martin Doom, and Juan says Justin March. The answer is Martin Doom.
Oh, hell yeah!
Anthony's on a roll this round.
Apparently he does better when he's intoxicated.
I don't think.
Markiplier YouTube video titles.
Ain't nobody know that but you, because you would suck his dick if he was here.
Oh yeah, I would too.
Happy Wheels Part 2, 6 years later. Markiplier makes dog toys. My Mom Hates Me, re-uploaded.
Okay, so Sandy says My Mom Hates Me. Anthony says My Mom Hates Me. Juan says makes dog toys, and the correct answer is My Mom Hates Me, re-uploaded.
Oof.
So we got 1-3-0.
If I lose, I'm just gonna look at trap porn.
So what you've been doing this whole time?
I mean, kind of already am right now.
Pokemon.
Alright.
Goomy. Litwig. Koopatch.
It's okay, I got my trap luge ready.
Y'all spelled that incorrectly.
Of course we did.
Did we spell it the same though?
Yes.
And I was hiding it.
So, Sandy says Koopatch, Anthony says Koopatch, Juan says Litwig.
Litwig is definitely a Pokemon.
Which is wrong. The answer is Koopatch, and I spelled it Koopatch.
So Kopatch?
Koopatch.
That's why I was laughing hard. Koopatch. I was like, what the hell is that?
Well, Ron.
God.
No.
How dare you?
Well, since you're a Ron Toy dick sucker, Juan, you're kicked off the show.
Dick sucker?
So, Kimi Dallas, Nomikai Dallas said, we unfortunately had...
Are you good to go?
No, I'm not.
Roll me wiener, Dallas.
Getting drunker by the minute.
Oh, God, tell me about
We need to hurry up so you guys can drink some water.
Nomikai Dallas said, we unfortunately had to ban someone today.
Hey, that was you!
We unfortunately had to ban someone today. What in the world made them think this was a VicCon? No, just no. So I posted that I didn't do anything wrong in way to throw Vic's name in there for no reason. And he responded with, weeb tears are the best tears when they help pay the bills. So apparently, you call your fans weebs, which are pretty inappropriate. And then also, he says that me paying the convention the $15 to get in is paying for Monica's lawyer. You're a unicorn, aren't you, Mr. Mignon?
Of course I am.
Yeah, oh God, no. I don't like this. He also said that no one cares if you support Vic. Being an assessed Vic stain, okay, who harasses other guests is another matter. I'm still curious what guest I harassed, but he said I personally warned him months ago, and he ignored it. I mean, I don't consider you may be banned from cons as a warning. Oh, he said now he's going to plaster my face all over North Texas.
I mean, he already gave it to everybody at his con.
That's true. A few comments later, I said, you're full of it. Next time we meet, I won't be so cool-headed. You lied about me, banned me for no reason, and publicly attacked me. Pray we never meet again. Go eat a shoe. Cuck. So he said, my address is posted on Kiwi Farms. You recognize me today without us ever meeting in person. You know where I'm at. And he said, I'm at the house right now. And he told his wife that to be expecting company. She said, I quote, come at me, bro. Okay.
I gotta say something right now.
Why does your wife talk like that?
Yeah.
2,
well, I mean, his wife's only like 15, so.
Oh my god. With how much we know the law, we don't go into someone else's property looking for a fight. First off, meet me in a public place, homeboy.
No, so my whole thing I was gonna say, he talks really tough online.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm cool with everything, whatever. Like, the only thing I got mad about is when you're trying to get physical. I'm not gonna jump into anything unless there's more people into it. So if there was, like, Shane and Don, and they're scrapping around, and, like, Shane's getting the best of him, I'm gonna let Don get his ass beat. Because you know what? Yeah. It builds character.
If Shane can kick my ass, then I deserve to get my ass kicked.
If we were like, meet us at this location, whatever, we're gonna throw hands.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna come nowhere.
Of course not. And what's funny is he shook my hand and he chuckled at the Ron shirt. But apparently on Twitter, he was like, man, you can ask my head of security, the fat guy. You can ask my head of security.
Wait, the head of security? The head of security is the fat guy?
Yeah. 200-pound guy that I had to look down at when he was talking to me was the head of security. Yep. And apparently he told the head of security when they were walking away that he almost decked me for pulling out that Ron shirt, which would have been a bad idea. Would have been a terrible idea. I'll take both of them on. I don't care. Neither one of them were physically threatening. Before going into this, I had no problems with Shane. Okay, it's a Nick Rekieta funny thing that happened on his show. I had no problems with Shane, so of course I'm not going to get violent with him. But apparently he had this all out for me. He was like, this is a guy that's not going to come to my con. I have so many problems with him. He's been threatening all my guests, whatever he said. But what's funny is I get a chuckle out of him for a Ron Toy shirt, and he shakes my hand and he's like, yeah, I had too many guests, just don't come back. But then he gets on Twitter and he has all these big balls.
No, so you know what I think that happened? He had it out for you at the very beginning. And he wanted to make you an example. That's why he cited Vic. That's why I'm pretty sure he's the head of No Kimi Dallas, like, Twitter page.
Yeah.
They had everything out. And he already discussed you before anything else happened.
Yep.
Before anything else happened.
I would just really like to know what he said. Was he like, hey, I've had an issue with him, or I know things that he's posted?
He claims that I was banned beforehand. He claims when he said months ago, you may be banned from cons, that should have been connect the lines, you're banned.
Which was like at least 6 months ago.
Yeah.
When people are banned from places, I work for a public place.
Yeah.
There's a little thing at the counter by where we register people with a little picture and a name. Just like how it would be if you have a trespassing charge on a location. Because you're not supposed to be there. So he gave his information to the wrong people. Because the voice actors, they shouldn't have cared if you were there or not. As long as you weren't doing anything physically violent to them. Honestly, I think the offensive things he says, or the people that contacted him, are voice actors being like, hey, the guy that you showed us a picture of is in our line. Just letting you know.
Yeah. I mean, even if that happened, which I don't even think that happened. What I think happens when they were following me around, they wanted me to cause problems. And when I didn't, they had to confront me outside. Because they didn't know I was coming back from lunch. They assumed I was leaving.
But I agree. I think he was trying to set you as an example, but it backfired on him. And also, he took everything way too personal for someone who's supposed to be a businessman.
But if you're trying to throw hands, though.
You're not
trying to throw hands, though.
You're not throwing any hands. Don's throwing them.
Don, can I tag in as you? I'll definitely throw some hands.
I'll let you tag in, man. If there's anything left of them. Let's go back to the voice actor.
Are we talking about Big Booby Chick that made you red?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really weird.
I'm surprised Randy didn't go kick her ass.
Oh, she wanted to.
She was mad about Little Booby Chick. Could you imagine Big Booby Chick?
Preston, red face. Peace sign.
Hand broken.
Hand broken, face broken, boy broken.
Your arm was so far into your body. It just looked so uncomfortable. You were
face so red.
No, that's the funny thing, is that, so I sent that message to Shane, basically as a report of sexual misconduct by a voice actor. And he screenshotted it and posted it on his page. I swear to God, the comments on that photo were, man, by her body language, it looks like she wants to turn away. Oh, you leaned into her. It looks like you're leaning into her. Oh, you're an a-hole.
Wait, you?
Yes.
Your hand curved into the middle of your body.
Yeah, is me leaning into her.
Oh no, trust me. I know when people lean into your boobs. That was not it.
And what's funny is I was there first. I was like, hey, you want to take a photo? And she's getting up from her chair, so I throw up the double peace sign, and then she comes up, tit and all, ready to smack dab into my arm. And what's funny is, okay, and she said first he used this photo to say that the voice actors were okay with being there, which after I heard that he was threatening people on Instagram, I agreed with the ban, and now he's doing this. So what she's talking about is so on my Instagram, I post all the autographs and stuff I get, and one of the things has a bunch of people signing the Keijo special edition that I have, Blu-ray set. So one of them is Alex Moore, so I went ahead and tagged everybody in it. I was like, this is signed by @ blah blah blah, this is signed by @ blah blah blah. Alex Moore commented on that and was like, you accused me of sexual harassment, and then had people attack me, which isn't true. I never said anybody to attack her. You're no fan of mine. I was like, you claim that Vic did all this when there was no evidence. At least I have a photo of your tit on me. And I told my girlfriend afterwards how uncomfortable I was that you pressed your boobies on me. And she was pissed off. Well, hopefully we never see you again, but just in case, I'll try to hold her back from whooping your ass. So the same big titty voice actor that commented, she commented on that, was like, you're threatening people with physical violence. That's not cool. And so she saw all that exchange, and then she did this. This was on purpose. Yeah. So it's Marissa Letty, which is one of the minor characters in Dragon Ball Super. Why do you look like Goku from Dragon Ball Evolution?
His hair looks cool like that, though.
For those who don't know, I was just chilling right here. I just brushed my hair back. I was laying down. And it just stuck up like this. So now it looks like fucking Evolution Goku or something.
Okay, so Marissa put her boob on your arm.
Yeah, so I waited for all the stuff to calm down, and then I sent Shane a private message, and seeing what he would do if somebody came to him with a genuine sexual harassment claim. So I said, hey, now that everything is chilled out, and I respect that you refunded my payment, he refunded my payment, but then he also was like, psych, and then after he refunded me, he also matched my refund by donating to a domestic women's shelter, which I'm like, you got me. It's not like I care about charity.
How dare you help these women?
Right, for real. And what's funny is actually one of the editors for Death Battle and Game Theory, which has like thousands of like followers, commented on that deal and was like, dude, are you seriously crying over $15? And then he said he'd PayPal me the refund, and then didn't, and then donated to a woman's shelter fund. So it's just weird. Yeah, I'm a member. I was wearing a Markiplier shirt. I'm a member of Markiplier's Heroes. Our whole goal is to donate to charity. Literal point of like our whatever. So I messaged Shane and I was like, hey, now that everything has chilled out and I respect that you refunded my payment, just want to show you this. As you can see, her tit is crushing my arm and clearly my face is red because of this. Please consider this as my report to the convention about sexual misconduct via voice actors. I don't expect much to happen, but yeah. His response was, you were banned from any shows I work. That solves the problem. No need to worry about it, as via the ban, we are protecting you from all your worries. And then post on his Twitter.
So, he donated to a domestic violence, but whenever you feel sexually assaulted, or just sexually assaulted?
Consider a breast a sexual organ.
Okay, well, let's say sexually assaulted. He just doesn't care, so he doesn't care?
No, he doesn't.
Unless you have a vagina.
Oh, and also, one of the transsexual voice actors that right now, Kimi Dallas, actually tagged her in this post and was like, look what he's doing. Alex Moore also commented saying, I never learn and stuff.
Bring that ass here, boy.
Wow, that ass is amazing. Bruh!
I'd like to call it Shane Holmberg.
I'm calling out Dwellers in the Deep, which is a D&D podcast created by my friends that I have personally been helping edit. Arigato gozaimasu. Haben einen guten Tag. Tu madre es pollo.
Shane's a bitch.
Hey, thanks for listening to today's episode. Please check out our other podcasts on the channel, such as The Knot, where we have bite-sized topics and conversations that anyone can enjoy. There's more to come, so subscribe and ring the bell. We don't want you missing out on any future content. Now, if you can excuse us, your mum is changing upstairs. We'll see you next time here on the Sweet Podcast, and only on YouTube.